Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to talk to you about what the IRS commissioners are calling the tax gap, and how this has obviously turned into the Biden tax grab. And right with being in the heart of this official tax time, it's time to get serious, folks, about taxes, because this is going to really shock you. So the tax gap, as the IRS commissioners are calling it, is the desiring for a proposed $80 billion of funding from, yes, you guessed it, you and I, tax dollars, American paying tax dollars through the Biden-focused spending bonanza. And it's looking for a more fair tax, as they've described it, and I've studied this craziness. And it's about deriving more tax revenue by finding more and being able to take more, right? Like I say, the makers versus the takers, and not realizing that when you take more tax from people, that prevents obviously more economic stimulation, because obviously people are consuming that money, hiring people, buying things, and keeping our economy, which is in desperate need of getting back on track. Well, add to the fact that it's going to come from these outrageous spending bills that is only going to continue to cripple our economy, right? When we continue to try to get back on some form of, economic footing. Clients this week shared comments about, like, I'm hearing scared to death of taxes, overly concerned about being able to maintain a certain lifestyle in retirement, especially as these tax rates go up, and now inflation is rearing its ugly head, which is just, as Gingrich calls, it's just another hidden tax. But here's what actually a couple from Florida in the early 70s shared. They said, you know what? We're in a position where we have money in our portfolio and we have cash, and we're concerned about the market and the tax load we're going to be carrying. Well, folks, that's the thing to really think about, because it was just announced this week, and this came right out of the New York Post. Wall Street's panicking that Biden's tax hikes will be retroactive to January of 2021. In fact, the White House was commenting saying, we will not rule out a retroactive implementation of these sweeping tax plans. And folks, that's referring to raising the corporate tax rate from 21 to 28, as we're hearing, and increasing the capital gain tax rates. And when you do those things, folks, that's just going to create more tax to you and I in the form of higher cost of goods and services. And we've surely seen this week how crazy inflation can run and how fast it's starting to sprint. Just look at the gas pump, green fees, grocery stores. And then look at the fact that as corporations who do not pay more taxes, and I talk about this on Hidden Wealth Radio this weekend, even the great Warren Buffett said, look, we're raising our prices, others are raising prices to us, and everyone seems to be fine with it. It's not about focusing any longer on the unemployment numbers, it's about focusing on the inflation numbers. Well, higher corporate tax rate create runaway inflation, only making matters worse. And we saw what that did to rattle the market. The market lost about 1,000 points in 48 hours in the middle of this week. And it gives corporations no choice, right, to continue to do anything other than to not hire as much, lay people off, add to the cost of goods and services, have less research and development, and not obviously be as profitable as they could be, which obviously is going to impact all of our retirement accounts, because many of these corporations we're investing our retirement monies in to make sure that obviously that they're still profitable, so we can obviously draw money out of our retirement accounts without running out of money. Well, a gentleman by the name of Austin Argentino said, this is the best and brightest minds do. This is what the best and brightest minds do. They sit around and figure out how to not pay unnecessary taxes. Folks, I want to teach you that you can learn to do the same. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. I'm going to be teaching this coming Tuesday proven tax savings techniques, where you can use strategies that create a tax deduction that allow you to completely offset a Roth conversion, or how to drastically lower the capital gain tax by worrying about, not worrying about selling your real estate now, like many of you I've talked to, and getting it sold while the prices are high, before tax rates go higher, right? And before obviously the value of your real estate goes lower, and you can zero out, if not completely eliminate, taxes, or lower your requirement of distributions if you're already retired. Folks, you've worked hard for your money. If you're the Biden bullseye tax target and you've got high income, 200,000 or more, or you've been a strong saver in predominantly IRAs and 401ks, and you're getting taxed to death or scared to death of taxes, maybe you've saved $1 million or more in IRAs, 401ks, brokerage, capital gain leakage in brokerage accounts. The time to prevent yourself from getting tax annihilated and getting that done is right now in 2021. While taxes are top of mind, learn how to leave them behind. retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.